Okay, okey-doke. All right, let's get started. So today we are going to talk about companies leave 97% of gathered data unused. Wow, that's wild to think that a massive 97% of the data companies scoop up isn't meant for analysis, often just hanging around for legal and rulebook purposes. Now that's like having a treasure chest and only having a glimpse inside 3% of it. It's high time businesses up their game and make the most of all that data. And that's where business intelligence swoops in to save the day, turning data chaos into actionable insights. Welcome, listeners, to another episode of Pathquest. This would be the fifth one where we talk about data neglect, the podcast that delves deep into the fascinating world of data, where every bit and byte tells a story waiting to be discovered. I'm your host, Amit, and I've got Tom Johnson with me, who is our regional director. And today we are diving headfirst into a puzzling paradox, the incredible value hidden within the 97% of data that often goes overlooked. This podcast is brought to you by Pathquest. Pathquest is a subsidiary of Pacific Accounting and Business Services, also known as PABS. Pathquest, being the brainchild of PABS, emerged as the solution to common staffing and bandwidth hurdles faced by firms. They ingenuously fused with the demand for Pathquest BI with white label and automation, creating a game changing Pathquest scale model. With over 4,200 plus satisfied SMB clients and industry leading 90% retention rate, the team of 900 plus seasoned accountants in India ensures expertise across various sectors. Pathquest's tech prowess, bolstered by ISO 27001 and ISO 9001 certifications, guarantees top notch security and compliance, allowing them to excel in the ever evolving landscape of business scenarios, business services. Now, imagine for a moment that your company is a modern day treasure hunter. You meticulously gather vast chests of data, not always because you want to, but often because you have to, for legal and regulatory reasons. It's like you're amassing varied collection of artifacts, each with a unique tale to tell. But here's the kicker: you're only really looking at 3% of these treasures. It's mind boggling, isn't it, Tom?
Yeah, it is. And, that's where our BI tool comes into play and how it's a game changer for everybody. So you might be wondering, why do we leave this gold mine of information largely unexplored? Well, the answer is not as simple as it seems.
Right. But, well, how true is this, firstly? What is the source of this statistics that companies leave 97% of gathered data?
Well, this stat comes from a study conducted by the IDC, or International Data Corporation. In 2017, the study revealed that despite the massive amounts of data collected by organizations, only 3% of the data is effectively analyzed and utilized for decision making and other purposes.
Wow. But here is where it gets truly fascinating with this uncharted territory. There are whispers of untold stories and hidden treasures. It's vast repository of potential insights just waiting for the right explorer to uncover. And so, what could be the main reasons behind companies not utilizing the majority of their data, Tom?
Yeah, that's a great question. So there's five main various factors. There's data silos, which 73% of the data remains unused due to siloed storage. There's also lack of skills. So 41% lack data analysis skills in their workforce. There's privacy concerns. So 56% worry about data privacy and security. And that's growing rapidly. And cost constraints. So 38% cite budget limitations for data utilization. And then finally, inefficient tools. So we found that 27% struggle with outdated data tools, which would make it awfully hard to predict, do an effective analysis. So these are the 5 main challenges that hinder data full potential.
Right. And what are the consequences of not using the majority of gathered data?
Yeah, well, according to a study done by IBM, unused data can lead to anywhere from 5 to 20% decrease in revenue and a 12 to 20% increase in operating costs. So additionally, the wasted data storage costs can account for 15 to 20% of IT budgets. Moreover, failing to leverage data for decision making can result in missed opportunities and reduce competitiveness in an increasing data-driven world, as we know.
Okay. And how can organizations improve their data utilization rates?
Yeah, there's 6 main factors that we found. So first of all, it's data strategy. So you need to develop a clear strategy and governance framework. The other is data integration. So you need to invest in technologies that enable data integration across the silos. Data quality is vital. So ensure the data quality is quality and consistent. Analytics and AI, which is growing rapidly, as we know. Implement advanced analytics and artificial intelligence to extract insights from the data and use it to your benefit. Data privacy and compliance. So address privacy and compliance concerns effectively so you're ahead of the game instead of climbing out of some situations that you could prevent. So skills and training is vital also. So you need to invest in training and hiring data professionals that can tackle these issues and concerns.
Right. And are there any industries or specific sectors that are particularly affected by underutilization of this massive data?
Yeah, there is. There's several industries that suffer. But for example, in healthcare, only 10% of healthcare data is effectively used. That leads to inefficiencies and increased cost. And then you got manufacturing. Up to 70% of data goes unanalyzed, impacting production optimization. Then you got in retail, with 73% of data being unutilized, affecting customer personalization and inventory management. Financial services suffer too, with only 15 to 20% of the data being used for analytics. So that's hindering fraud detection and risk assessment. But overall, underutilization of data is a pervasive issue across all the industries, and it's limiting the potential gains in efficiency and competitiveness.
Wow, that's some great statistics you've just shown, Tom. And has the situation improved since recently, since say 2017 statistics that only 3% of data is used?
There has been progress, primarily due to increased awareness of the importance of data-driven decision-making and advancements in the data analytics and AI technologies as we hear more and more about it and its growing popularity and need. However, the problem of underutilized data still persists in many organizations. And there's going to be work to improve data utilization further. So updated statistics would be needed to assess the current state accurately.
Yeah, and do you have any examples of companies who have increased data usage by, say, using business intelligence platforms, business intelligence tools?
I do have a couple. So Amazon, for instance, utilized BI tools to analyze customer data. This resulted in a 35% increase in sales due to personalized product recommendations. Also, Netflix is another one that comes to mind. By leveraging BI tools to understand, user viewing habits, Netflix achieved a 75% increase in user engagement, leading to longer subscriptions, especially during the pandemic. These examples demonstrate how BI tools can significantly boost data consumption and drive business growth.
Okay, so what can we do about this monumental waste of data? How can we bridge the gap between the data we need and the data we collect?
Yeah, so one solution is to approach data gathering with a curious mind instead of merely collecting data because we have to, or we're suggested to, or it seems like you need to just get on board. Let's collect it with a sense of wonder. Every piece of information is a potential piece, in the grand mosaic of our enterprise. So we must also embrace cutting edge technologies like AI and machine learning, because these tools can sift through vast data sets with ease, identifying patterns, anomalies, and hidden gems that human eyes might overlook. Furthermore, let's foster a culture of data exploration within our organizations. Let's encourage your teams to don the hats of data archaeologists, uncovering the stories buried within the data we've collected. Who knows what treasures you might unearth?
Right. I guess by now we've covered everything related to today's topic. That is, usage of this massive data and non-usage of data problem. So, in conclusion, I'd say to the listeners, while it's true that some data is collected for legal and regulatory reasons, let's not be content with the mere tip of the iceberg. Let's plunge into the depths of our data, armed with curiosity and innovation, and unlock the true potential of the 97% that often goes unexplored. Yeah, and that said, we open for question and answers from the audience. So if you've got any questions, put those in the comments, or yeah, and we can go on each of them,
So
addressing
we'll wait a
one by
minute or
one.
two. I don't see anything in
Yeah.
comments currently, but I mean, the Thin RBI tool, assists with what we hear from our clients over and over again is, the value that it brings them on the time saving to gather the analysis and the numbers. We hear saving, on an average of 5 to 6 hours. We hear from, nonprofits that are, needing to put together this data for their shareholders, for their board, which you're able to do in a matter of minutes that took days. If you have grants out there and you need to present to them numbers and figures, it's a game changer. But also the most important is, you're getting a great snapshot on where your business is at. You can compare it to other businesses like yours, to see where you sit, and you can analyze what you need to do to be better. So you're looking in the, the windshield and not the rearview mirror. And we hear that time and time again from our clients.
Thanks, Tom, for covering that quick brief about Pathquest Business Intelligence. Yeah, and that said, whether you are a money maestro, a business whiz, or just nosy about how the money game works, check out Pathquest BI by visiting pathquest.com. We're all about super smart business intelligence magic. Turn your data into gold, make smart moves, and level up your business with our cool dashboards, daily reports, and brainy analytics. Stay winning in the wild world of business. It's time to turn data into dollars with us. And don't miss our upcoming webinar on dashboards on the 10th of this month, and the Accounts Payable podcast on the 12th. Stay tuned. Visit pathquest.com to book a demo for the inside scoop of Pathquest. Catch you on the flip side.
Bye, everyone. Thanks for joining.
Thanks, everyone. Bye now. Cheers.